Well, this is the ultimate tale of survival and it has captivated the world. 4 Aussies with nothing but surfboards adrift for 36 hours in the vast ocean off Indonesia.
Still the story of the year, isn't it? Well, that was until a hero came along in the form of fellow Aussie Grant Richo Richardson. What a legend he is.
Yeah.
He and his crew miraculously finding the group after setting out on a selfless rescue mission. Richo joins us now from his catamaran, the See Me Amore. Richo, good morning to you, mate. Nice to see you. How are you, buddy?
G'day, mate. I've just back a few friends into the scene as well. Morning, Carl.
Oh, what?
How are you guys?
You got the gang with you?
Yeah, we're all here, just sitting on an island in the middle of the Banyak Islands.
Stop
Oh,
it.
my
How are you guys
goodness.
doing?
Yeah, we're doing well. We're recovering well. Everyone's hydrating and eating, and just happy to be here. And had a great little service last night with Favan's family and the locals here, and that was really special to us and special to them. So yeah, going well.
Wow. Guys.
Look, we're just here. I heard Richo last night talking about this and how he found 3 of you, and then I mean just the whole breaking the news.
Yeah.
I think to Steph and her not knowing, you know, where you were, that was really tough for her. What were you doing at that particular time, and how were things for you in this survival story?
Things for me it was a bit rough. I spent the night by myself out there trying to paddle to islands, but coastal surges and things like that just don't really allow you to get close to land when you're that fatigued. And, you know, just not knowing really about anything. I had no contact other than the 3 others and our Indonesian guides prior to being picked up by 2 local fishermen. So just not knowing if anyone else was out there, if anyone else had been picked up already or anything like that was a bit daunting, but at the end of the day, it was all good. And, yeah.
Richo was saying last night, you're an extraordinary fella in the way that that you just took it on. Did you have any kind of negative thoughts in the pursuit of trying to get help for your friends?
No, not at all, really. Obviously, there was times when you're cursing and swearing, but you're not really. You can't really let those mindsets creep in those scenarios. Otherwise, you just like, what else is there? So you just stay hopeful the whole time. Will and Jordan as well, and Steph were just saying like, when we make land, when we get found, all this sort of stuff. It was never a matter of if. So yeah, you just got to stay positive and just keep pushing, really.
Will, also, we heard last night, because Richo, talking to Ali Langdon on A Current Affair, gave us some terrific detail. He just gave it all up, which was just so good because we were wanting all this detail.
Yeah.
Will, Richo said that you had to drink water off people's hair because it's the only source of fresh water.
Yeah, luckily most of us had long hair and hats on.
It's just incredible. And Steph, I think, have we got Steph there as well?
No, I think she's actually just having a shower at the moment.
Oh, fair enough too. I mean, it must have been so difficult not knowing, Elliot, where you were, obviously, for your friends. Will, the moment when you all reunited, what was that like?
Oh, it was the most emotional moment in my life. Unfortunately, the first time the boat picked us up, we thought Elliot was on board, and when we realised that he wasn't there, that was just the most heartbreaking thing that's ever happened. And yeah, luckily we were reunited about an hour later, so yeah.
Hey, I can see Steph over the back there. Steph...
I think that's Jordan, actually. Is it?
Hey, Steph.
You got Uncle Carlos. Yes.
Just joking. Just joking.
Hey, I'll tell you what, there would have been a lot of rain in his hair.
You never look so good, Jordan. You know,
Mate, that's what everyone said. I said, oh, well, because I've been drinking the most water out of my hair, so I was lucky about that.
I'll tell you what, you guys would have been in trouble if you were drinking anything off my head. I just want I wanted to ask you. I mean, we just heard the story and just the sheer number of hours back home. You got to know the entire surfing community. Kobe, Johnny, Gannon. I mean, all these people came together to try and get help for you. How did that feel when you found out there was so much a quest to get you guys help?
I guess we just didn't really know. We didn't really know until we got back to all of our mates. Our mates had been working tirelessly and putting the word out, and yeah, for it to be answered like that in such droves was just awesome to see. And like, you know, Richo here for coming out of nowhere essentially in our life, and now he's like a mate, and he's just done the biggest solid for any of us you could like ever imagine. And yeah, I just want to thank everyone back home and everything like that for doing what they've done and making the effort and getting us back to dry land. And it's just so nice. And you know, we never doubted it for a minute that it wasn't going to end like that. But you know, it must have been a bit of a fright for you guys, because we knew where we were, we knew where our heads were at. But obviously, you know, it's not something you can communicate telepathically. So yeah, we're just so stoked and grateful for everyone and everything that happened. And we're still mourning though. We're still upset that kind of, you know, the end result. But yeah, also happy to be here.
It is tough for you.
Yeah, I mean, that is the hard part, I guess. And even for all of us back home, you know, Carl touching on the surfing community, but the whole nation was holding their breath, really anticipating that you guys would be found. You know, we didn't hold out hope because you don't know what's happening out there. And then when that video came through of you guys on the surfboards, it was just such a moment. And everyone was so thrilled. And Elliot, for you as well, you know, you were there to celebrate your birthday. I bet this is a 30th you will never forget.
Worst birthday ever.
Yeah,
We're not coming next year.
no one's coming to my party next year. I don't know what's going to happen.
I'll tell you what, I'll put a party on for you guys. And get DJ Fisher along. We'll do it properly. Don't worry about that. Hey, Grant, we actually have a little bit of a surprise for you. Steph's parents, Jill and Wayne, are with us. Hi, guys. We were completely in shock at all the lads being there. Is there anything you guys would like to say? Any message for Grant?
Oh, well, mate. Grant, obviously, you know, we're over the moon. I can speak on behalf of all 4 families. We're just so thrilled and we're so grateful. But I was just reading Grant, I was just reading a text that my sister Denise, Steph's auntie Denise, who's a yachty, sent me at 9 o'clock on Monday night and said, I've been in, I think it was Mark's partner, one of your crew members, so thank you, Mark, and Peter as well, sent us this text and said, look, I've been in touch, they're in the area, the captain's name is Grant, their crew is Mark and Peter, and they have started their search. They'll be searching all night, and they will find you guys. And like, we just hung on to that, like, that level of comfort, I guess, that, you know, we had a great Aussie there, and it was a great Aussie team there. And I know you had Elliot's mates on board as well. I know you had Elliot's mates on board helping, but mate, thank you so much. You know, we've known you now for, well, we've known of you for about 3 days, but it feels like, you know, we'll be bonded for life. So you and your crew, thank you so much.
Cheers, guys. Greatly appreciated. But as we keep saying, and the boys keep reiterating, there's no heroes in this. The local people here on the island and from the Alaban village that lost one of their own, they're the true heroes. They worked relentlessly with their own little boats, risked their own lives, continuously going back to sea to really keep this search going. So, you know, if there is anyone that needs to be rewarded out of this, it's the local people.
Beautifully said. Jill, do you have a message for everyone over there?
Well, of course, to you kids. Can't wait to see you and hold you and hug you, because we know you're okay, but till we hold you and have you home safe in our arms, but we know that's going to happen, and sometime soon, I hope. But to you, Richo, as a mum, I can't even think about their hours bobbing around at sea. it was torture, and your mind goes to some really nasty places. And for them to think that they're bobbing along and along comes Aussies on a yacht, and to think of you reaching out and grabbing our children and hugging them and saying, we've got your back, and here's Mum and Dad on the phone. That's what I'm going to remember. So thank you so very much.
Oh, my goodness.
Mate, it was absolutely elating to be able to put Steph straight on the phone to you guys. And I think I mentioned it yesterday in the interview. She's an amazing woman. For the condition that she was in when she came out was just amazing. So, and a credit to all the parents involved in this. These guys are pretty good. They've, they bonded together, and they're their own heroes. They're the ones that saved themselves in this.
You said that.
Yep.
But it was unbelievable to hear Steph, but her little voice saying, hi, Mum and Dad, I'm okay, but we haven't got Elliot. And last night you said to us she was happy, but she fell off her pinnacle when she knew that Elliot wasn't there. But thank God, a few hours later, he was swooped up as well, and they're coming home to us. And, it's we're so grateful. And I'm very sorry for the families. I think money's being raised for the community. They're in our hearts. But for those Aussies, please have your own personal EPIRBs next time you go anywhere.
There's always a sting in the tail with mums, boys.
Guess what they're getting for Christmas?
Hey, just before we go, guys, when will you be making your way home? Because there are going to be some very, very warm embraces for you. As Sarah so rightly pointed out, the whole nation was hoping and praying for you. When will you be back home?
They're going to come sailing with me, Carl. We've run out of soy sauce to Derby, mate. Got no more soy sauce, so we're going to start in Thailand with him.
What could go wrong?
Oh, just take an EPIRB, all right? Like Jill said.
I'll happily join you guys.
Can you get Albo to use some of our resources to drop some soy sauce over to us all?
I think you'll get a lot of support for that call.
I'll get you a sponsor, and we'll get to you as soon as I can. I'd love to go to Thailand with you guys. Thanks for the invitation. Thank you so much, guys. And to everyone involved, well done. I really appreciate you being on our program. We've lived and breathed every minute of this, and we look forward to seeing you guys home soon. Thank you, guys.
Just beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Carl.
Hey there, Today fans. Sarah and...
What's my name again?
Oh, my goodness. Carl.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel, though. Subscribe now for more news, special reports, and amazing Aussie stories.
And Carl misbehaving,
Whoa,
of course.
that never happens.
Always happens.
What's she talking about?